fighting crime.
Yeah, I
now.
did my time, but now I'm fighting crime, and I'm doing the right thing.
And he's
I'm
like
the Meteor Man.
airboxing.
Yeah.
He's great.
Because John Witherspoon is a goddamn national treasure.
We finally get Mr. Byers,
Mm-hmm.
Frank Gorshin,
Yes.
in a meeting of international bad guys.
You know what? I wanted to make fun of this, but even though I'm not a huge fan of it, The Dark Knight had the same thing.
I think most crime movies, like Bond,
do.
Spectre, this is basically Spectre.
This
right?
is
Like,
this is just what happens is
the heads
there's
of all the international
the
terrors.
international evil group gets together and goes,
The Legion of
aren't
Doom.
we? Yeah, like aren't we evil? Like this
Yeah.
is a comic book thing to do. It makes no fucking sense, but it happens.
And it's funny because Luther Vandross is in this film.
Yep.
And he's clearly Mr. Byers number 2.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say a word in this film.
No.
He does not say a single word in
No.
this entire film. And he's in like 3 scenes.
Yeah. I mean,
Did you really need Luther Vandross?
if you can get Luther Vandross, you get Luther Vandross. You know what I mean?
But
Like, especially in 1993.
that's
like
true.
you
Like,
get
peak
him in
Vandross.
this, yeah.
Peak Vandross.
Peak Vandross moments.
One
You
shining
get him.
moment, Vandross. You get one shining moment, Vandross. If you can get one shining moment, Vandross, you get one shining moment, Vandross.
Oof. I mean, I'm going to file you on that, but at the same time, applaud you. It's very confusing right now.
So, Byers basically goes, yeah, you need to figure out this Meteor Man problem, because how do you not know who he is when he's from your city?
And he doesn't wear a mask, but Superman. So we have
Yeah.
to let that go.
Yeah. But he's just like, well, I'll get right on it, because Simon Kane's like, fuck everybody, but then when Mr. Byers is around, he's like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like, he knows who the boss
he's
is.
fucking Mr. Byers, man. Well, if nothing else, sorry. It's Frank fucking Gorshin. You say yes, sir, to him.
So the Meteor Man creates a giant farm in the ghetto. Sure.
Because, again, MacGuffin power.
And again, in this
He
scene,
can do this.
like the scene with Mrs. Walker, the tone shifts.
Yeah.
And you hear, like, this, like, the radio station, and all these people are calling in, and some people are like, this guy's fake, he's not real, but then you get, like, all I know is that my son came home last night from Crackden, and he's home to stay. And she's, like,
you're
almost
just
tearing up.
And you're
then,
just like, wow, that was way too heartfelt for the movie with the X-ray and Hinindu. This don't make sense.
And then he's like,
Yeah.
he's tilling the ground, and tilling the soil, it creates rain, and just giant pumpkins, and, like, tomatoes, and everything's growing.
I mean, I'm not sure how... I mean, aside from the fact that this movie's ridiculous, I don't know how this character wouldn't take off. Because he has every power.
Yeah.
He can do anything.
He's Superman.
And I actually
most
forgot
part.
to mention that there was a comic book tie-in that they
I would
did
imagine.
do. I did try to see if we had it here to track down for you, but we didn't have it here because I don't think anyone would fucking have it.
Wouldn't it be out of print at this point?
We might have it.
Oh,
just
like,
because
just
we have
blow the month off.
We
Oh,
have comics from the fucking 40s here.
no, but
dude.
what I'm saying is, yeah, popular ones.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Hey, if you can find one for me, awesome. So Jeff and Nancy, this is where, like, you're trying to... Oh, is he going to get with her? And then, no, she's got a boyfriend.
Okay.
Played by Sinbad Malik. His real name's Bernard. I love it because he, like, goes, like, right into Jefferson, like, this is my first black girlfriend. And he's in, like, a dashiki.
Yeah. Oh, he's just going full out, like, just like, yeah, my brother and all this, like, fucking real... I don't know what the word is for it. There is a fucking term for it, and I can't think of what it is.
He keeps calling her his Nubian princess.
Yeah.
And he's
it's not
like,
a thing anymore, but it was... whatever.
Yeah.
Never, doesn't matter. But he's just a regular guy.
like, the way he's acting, it's like, dude, you're acting like you're a white guy.
Well, I think that's the joke.
Is that the joke?
That
is
is
it
the
because
joke.
he's so light-skinned? And...
Yeah, that he's more of a white guy, so he actually is one, but he's upping it because he's dating his first black girlfriend, so he's making it insane.
I guess right this way, my Nubian princess.
And this to me is also, I think, part of the...
Later on, he's like, I'm getting dreads put in.
Yeah. I think, to me, this is the part where, like, one of the rewrites was somebody somewhere went, hey, we can get Sinbad to do something. Can you find a spot for him in the movie? So, I'm pretty sure Townsend's like, fucking, alright. I guess Jefferson's not fucking her, and now Sinbad is.
Yeah.
Because it literally, like, there was a moment where they were looking at each other like, oh, we got this.
Like in that teacher meeting.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, she's dating Sinbad. And you're like, alright. I also never understand why anyone gives Sinbad another name. Like, he shows up in a movie, he should be Sinbad.
Yeah.
Because he always plays over-the-top weird characters.
Yeah.
So, just call him Sinbad.
I'm sure that's another person, like Eddie Griffin, which we'll cover.
Oh, we'll definitely get to more Sinbad in this world, trust me.
the Lords confront Jeff in his office. Basically, like, we know you're Meteor Man.
Yes.
So Mike comes in and says, hey, did you hear on the news, man? Meteor Man shut another crack den down.
Okay.
And they look at him and they're just like, they have this look like, we know you're lying, but alright, I guess we were wrong. We'll see you later, Mr. Reed. Although at the beginning, the entire class of them goes, good afternoon, Mr. Reed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's intimidating.
A little bit.
Then Mike fucking takes the Meteor Man costume. The dog tries to wake him up, and then, like, somebody took your costume. Somebody broke in. And then he hears on the radio, we got Meteor Man down at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes down to the mall, it's fucking Eddie Griffin in, like, a mask.
Which I'm like, wait, Meteor Man doesn't wear a mask, so, again, why not just be
Because he just wants to meet the girl from the news.
Which, okay, I can understand that.
Because at the end, he's like, and I also want to buy her dinner.
Yeah, like, again, I'm on Eddie Griffin's side at this point.
And we get Chris Tucker in an uncredited role, but you can hear him. Like, he's got a distinct voice, like, Meteor Man!
Trust me, there's no one on the planet who doesn't recognize Chris Tucker's voice immediately.
So, the Lords show up, and they have guns. They have no quarrels with shooting someone in the middle of the day.
Well, if they in fact do own DC, I guess they would.
Damn!
I guess they'd be alright with it.
So he's walking through it like, laser eye, disable his gun, disable his gun, disable his gun.
Because they're about to shoot Eddie.
And then he hits someone on the butt, turns out to be the old nurse.
Yeah.
She turns around, hauls off, and smacks Goldilocks right in the face. Like, don't you touch my butt. Which I'm like, that's not consistent, because if she was all horned up, she'd have
jumped all over him.
And I think
isn't Goldilocks fucking Don Cheadle?
For comedic purposes, that would have been funnier.
It would have.
If she was like, oh, you want a piece?
Yeah, like that seems to me like that would have been her move.
And then like her jumping on John Cheadle. Cheadle's like, oh no.
I mean, isn't that just Don Cheadle's life now anyway?
I would assume.
I mean, you know,
seeing that the man has not aged.
No, a second.
A second?
Yeah.
Of his life? Because he looks the exact goddamn same.
Like, I guarantee you, like, Don Cheadle's just, if he's not married, which he might be, I really don't know much about Don Cheadle's life, but I just assume he's beating him off with a stick.
He was underused in this movie. Mm-hmm. What he was used was great, though. Mm-hmm. So, where was I? Yes. So, there's a party for Jeff.
Yeah.
They're like, because they like, oh, there's an emergency down at the building, you gotta go, party!
Yep.
And that's when I think that's when they start to think, like, expansion.
Yeah,
like, oh, you could go save other people, like, fly to other cities and go help them with the gang problems.
You could basically, they're trying to be like, all right, now you're Superman. You can protect the Earth.
And then the Lords attack.
Yeah.
And they shoot everybody. And then a new power, he's got, like, this thing where he's stopping all of them, and, like, he stops them with his teeth for comedic purposes.
Well, I mean, that's not necessarily a new power. Well, actually, no, it is, because he never had super speed before. Yeah. Now he does.
Yeah.
So,
but then he opens his hands and he sees blood. He's like, I'm losing my powers.
Yeah.
And they also say, message, you can't be everywhere and save everyone.
Yeah.
And then they drive away.
All right.
So Byers breaks into his building with Luther Vandross and his international gang of evil men. And the dog somehow has the strength to grab Jeff, who's out cold and doesn't wake up because his powers are draining, and drags him into the closet.
Yeah.
This little ass, because it's a little ass dog.
Yeah, this is a tiny, small dog, and now, it can drag him. I mean, the smarter move would be just bite the guy.
Yeah.
You know? Like, A, a lot easier, and B, believable.
Graffiti. The Lords graffiti the whole neighborhood. They know it's Jeff. They know where he lives. Because Byers knows where he lives. And they're just like, so we're done here. We know where you are, so they wage an all-out attack. Right before this, though, these fucking people, these fucking people who wanted him to save the world and get him a phone and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Now they want him out.
Yep.
No appreciation whatsoever.
No.
Like, oh no, just not the fact that I just literally saved you all from a hail of bullets.
No, because, well, that, again, this is where they kind of, I don't know if this was the writing process or they fucked up somewhere, but there was no transition. Because this happens in pretty much every superhero movie at some point in time, where he loses the faith of the community or whatever. But usually you build to that.
Like, they were just
this
like,
was
graffiti?
just like, no, fuck you. Graffiti, we out.
Okay, well, maybe if we work with the gang and if we get them out, maybe we'll just go back to, like, where it was before, where they just own us. And
yeah. Like, motherfuckers, graffiti. Soap and water exists. You'll be fine.
Well, I think it's just the messaging of like, well, first off, the whole bullet thing, and I think do they know he's losing his powers, or is it just
No, they don't know, because he's never implied it. It was just sort of...
Mike knows.
But I think it's because he's there, and they're like, well, we're in danger because he lives here, so they're coming here.
And maybe they did get the message of, you can't be everywhere and save everyone.
But which again, a minute ago, they were giving him a phone.
Yeah.
Now that because somebody found out who he is, he's now a piece of shit. Like... And we're inferring this. We don't know for sure, because the movie didn't fucking tell you, which is my issue with part of this.
So he's packing to leave.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, because he gets in, it's like, you don't have to vote. Mm-hmm. You want me to go, I'll go. So he goes upstairs to go
Captain
pack.
Pushover, yeah.
Fucking trucks roll up.
Yeah.
The entire gang, Baby, Junior, Regular, Golden Lords all come out. We get Simon Kane of Meteor Man calling him out.
Yeah.
And then he says, I'm going down there. Mike's like, you have no powers. He'll kill you. He's like, I gotta go down there.
Well, I gotta go. Somebody's gotta go.
Because they're not gonna go, so I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And they straight up have, like, a fucking one-on-one boxing match.
Yeah, they duke it out.
Then, what happens?
I don't know.
Marv shows up.
I only saw the movie once. You've seen this a bunch.
Marv shows up with his dogs, and he's got his power still, because he still has his meteor.
Well, he didn't get injected with the meteor.
But he could just touch it.
Which also makes me wonder, like, did he just shit out the meteor? Is that what happened?
No, it falls off, and he scoops it up.
Fucking him with it inside him.
No, because there is a scene with Michael, because he's a scientist, like, explaining, like, no, like, your body just absorbed it, but I think it is absorbed now. So, like, there's no power left.
Well, I think you're right. And now I think I kind of do remember that, but that still makes no sense.
He didn't like, say secrete it out of his body, but, like, it's basically, like, it's now just part of your genetic structure.
Well, I'm going to go with he pooped it out, because... Yeah. There's no real other reason, because your body's not going to absorb it if it already did absorb it to begin with. It's still going to stay there.
It's about molecules, and
it's
I
weird.
got lost
It doesn't
in the
make
explanation.
sense. It doesn't make sense.
So, him, the dogs, the community help fight back.
Now they like him again.
Fucking Moses is throwing his fucking records, and Miss Walker's throwing some stuff. She throws a rock, hits Marv in the hand.
Yeah.
Meteor goes flying. Jeff looks at it. Simon looks at it. Simon sees Jeff look at it, go, okay, so we're going to both reach for it.
We're going to do this.
They both reach for it. It explodes.
Yeah. They're both meteoroid.
They pull themselves out of cars, like, and then their, like, imprint is on a car. Like, comedy, I guess. Yes. And then they proceed to have a fucking superhero fight.
Sort of.
Somebody gets thrown through a truck.
Yes.
Books spill out.
Yeah.
Jeff picks up a fucking Bruce Lee book. And does the whole...
Which, again, comedy, I get it, but Bruce Lee, in any of his books, and I have read a couple, never said to go, whoa. That was his thing. That was just what he did.
No, I think he didn't get the knowledge from the book. I think what happened was he gets the kung fu knowledge from the book.
Yeah.
But then you obviously, if you're going to imitate Bruce Lee in 1993, you're going to do, like, fucking Game of Death.
I guess so.
Enter the Dragon, fucking...
Well, ironically, Bruce Lee was having a big resurgence at this point.
He fights one of the Junior Lords.
Yeah,
Kung Fu Master Larry, get him, Larry. Like they get the fucking audio from, like, they're not. You don't hear them off. You hear them off screen. Like, oh, get him, Larry, Kung Fu Master Larry.
Like, what the fuck?
And then he kind of, like, fucking Indiana Jones him, because he does all this, like, showboating thing, and then he just grabs him and throws him. Like, nah, you're garbage.
I mean, that had to happen all the time. Every action movie had to do that at least once.
So he's literally, like, mid, woo, and then he's like, oh, shit. And then, because Eddie Griffin, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Damn. He's literally, although, mind you, the longest 30 seconds, it was like 3 minutes easy.
So he goes, he's looking for the book again.
And he found it.
He thinks he's seen it, he grabs it, and then he like, goes, what the? Turns it around.
Yeah.
And it's a modeling book.
Yeah.
But then he goes, throws it to Simon. Simon gets it. And they have a model off.
They do.
Where they, like, pose.
They both start walking the runway.
Everybody stops fighting, and they're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. That happened in a movie.
And then they're doing the slap fight. Like, get off my hair! Get off!
I don't know.
Eddie Griffin, 30 seconds. Thank God.
And that was a real 30 seconds.
Because they had fucking Vogue playing or something. They had a Madonna song playing.
It was something very supermodel-y.
He's like, you gotta move.
Yeah.
No,
No, it
Madonna.
was Ya Kid K. It was
Yeah,
fucking